Charged investigation of Donald Trump's alleged ties to Russia. Our next guest says Democrats in the Oval Office were in on this from the very beginning. House GOP Conference Chair Elise is here to explain. Good morning to you, Congresswoman.
Good to be with you, Ainsley.
Well, good to have you on here. This just basically confirms what we already knew. But the FBI went on with this investigation, even though, according to Durham, they didn't have the right to investigate, and there was no evidence of collusion between Trump and Russia.
This is an absolutely scorching and stunning report, and every American should take the time to read this report in its entirety. At the highest levels of government, all the way up to the Oval Office with President Obama and then Vice President Joe Biden, they were aware not only that there was no predicate for launching this crossfire hurricane investigation into Trump, but in fact they had intelligence and evidence that this was planted by the Hillary Clinton campaign. So they had contrary evidence that shows that there was no purpose to open this investigation, and not a single high-ranking official stepped in to stop this political witch hunt. And what this means, Ainsley, is this is the weaponization of the federal government at the highest levels. We should not have important institutions like the Department of Justice and the FBI willing to do the political bidding of Democrats. And what is also disappointing is the salivating mainstream media were all too eager to serve as the stenographers for the Hillary Clinton campaign and the far left, just like they do today. So this is a stunning report. We need to continue to focus on accountability. There is a cultural rot in the FBI that needs to be rooted out to save it from itself.
What do you say also about the fact that people's lives were turned upside down? You had people that were taking out second mortgages on their homes to pay for their attorney bills. You had like General Flynn, and you had Papadopoulos. You had Manafort, who was in solitary confinement as a result of all of this and these investigations. And then Donald Trump, who was the president at the time. He won and then continued to hear Russia, 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 and all these investigations throughout the time when he was in office, when he could have been focused on things for the American people, but instead had to spend so much time on this.
Lives were ruined because of this illegal weaponization of the FBI and DOJ to do the political bidding of the Hillary Clinton campaign. And you're exactly right, Ainsley. Look at those individuals, whether it's Carter Page, George Papadopoulos, both who are fairly young in their careers. Their lives were ruined irreparably. And then think about the trillions and trillions of earned media that the left was able to perpetrate as part of this false political witch hunt. And the people who ultimately suffered, of course, President Trump suffered, but it was the American people who suffered, because this country, we are facing significant challenges. And I give President Trump so much credit. We achieved so many important results, whether it was the updated U.S., Canada, Mexico trade deal, whether it was his strong border security policy. But every single day, that administration was dragged down by having to respond to these false smears and false stories based upon this illegal crossfire hurricane. And ultimately, it's the American people who suffered.
Well, because of that political smear, because of these lies that many people knew about, they need to be held accountable. They can't get away with this. Thank you so much, Congresswoman, for coming on with us.
Thank you, Ainsley.
You're welcome. Coming up, Biden's open borders.